How do you collaborate within teams or across geographies to create your dream app? Through documents, spreadsheets, or complex processes and tools? Get ready for something amazingly simple and smart to reduce your overhead of managing complex projects. ScrumTotal, the most intuitive agile tool you've ever tried. Start with Sign Up Process. This sample will demonstrate how a user can register on ScrumTotal app when he visits the app for the first time. To begin, download the ScrumTotal app from the App Store and install it. Tap the application to open up, and then tap Sign Up to register. On the registration page, enter your name or organization's name, email address, password, and then retype your password. Accept the terms of service and privacy policy, tap Sign Up, and you're all set to go. The moment you have registered yourself on the app, the guided tour will take you through the introductory slides where you can see how easy it is to create projects, teams, and start a sprint. Tap Next. Here you get the option to either directly go to the admin dashboard, where you can add users, assign and manage licenses, view and edit organizational information, or you can tap Get Started to begin creating teams and projects. Tap the admin dashboard. In the admin dashboard, you get access to user management, license management, organization information, recycle bin, system logs, and project dashboard. With user management, you can add, remove, and edit users. With license management, you can assign and manage licenses. The org information allows you to view and edit organization information. In recycle bin, you get the information about deleted users, user stories, and work items. The system logs provide information related to all activities performed in the projects. And finally, the project dashboard takes you to the projects area where you can work with your projects, teams, user stories, tasks, bugs, impediments, and many more. ScrumTotal allows you to easily manage your users with the user management option. You can either add users one at a time or add them in bulk. To add users one at a time, tap the plus button and enter the name, email address, user type, and then tap the Save button. To add users in bulk, tap the Import button. This will open up the instructions page with the instructions to import users in the given format. Tap the Next button to select the CSV file from the files in your iPhone or from Dropbox, and then tap Start Import. The users list gets populated in the users window once the users are successfully imported. ScrumTotal allows you to change the super admin, which is denoted by an asterisk next to the username. The super admin is the user of the organization whose email is aligned with the organization. When all the licenses are expired, then the super admin comes into its role as he or she is the only one who has the right to purchase or renew the licenses for the users. This role can be assigned to any other admin by using Change Super Admin. Tap Change Super Admin, select the desired user's name from the drop-down list of admin users, and then tap the Make Super Admin button. ScrumTotal allows assigning and managing licenses to users using license management. You can view both the current licenses being assigned and the expired licenses. To purchase licenses, tap the Purchase button. Here you'll need to enter the number of licenses and the number of months as required for your organization. To check out, tap the Pay Now button. When asked, "Are you sure you want to purchase?" tap Yes. Then you will need to sign in to the iTunes Store to initiate your purchase. In Organization Info, you can edit your organization name, add an organization web URL, and the billing address. From here, you can easily navigate to user management and license management pages by tapping Users and Licenses respectively. The Recycle Bin menu shows the history of users, user stories, and work items being deleted. The System Log menu shows the logs being tracked for each and every user, project, team, sprint, user story, and work item. Once you are done with the admin dashboard, tap on Projects in the left sliding bar to get started with projects. Tap on the plus button to create a project. Here you'll need to enter the project name, say Project 1, and a short project description that accurately describes your project. For example, this is a sample project. Tap the Save button to save your project info. Tap OK on the New Project has been created successfully message box. The moment you save your project, the Add Team page opens up. Type in, for example, Team 1 in the text box and tap Next. You can use existing team names that have already been created for earlier projects. This will help you save time from recreating teams over and over again. To select from existing teams, tap the circle next to, or use existing team, and choose the team names from the list and tap the Next button. If you don't see the team members here, you need to buy licenses or assign purchase licenses to the team members. After adding the user, you'll need to assign a role to the user by selecting the appropriate role such as Developer, Product Owner, or Scrum Master from the bottom options and tap Done. Tap Proceed. To create a new user story, there are two scenarios. First, if you wish to create a user story just after creating a project, then tap on the plus button under the User Stories Without Home tab. Second, if you wish to create a user story after creating a project and then adding team members into it, then tap on the plus button under the Team Products Backlog tab. In the New User Story page, give a title to your user story. Say User Story 1. Next, provide a description to your user story. You can assign weightage to your user story by tapping on the plus or minus sign to assign values to your story points. Tap the Save button and then tap OK to create the new user story. Next, you can create tasks, bugs, and impediments within the newly created user story. Tap on the arrow key next to any one of the user stories that you have created. This will expand to show details of that user story, such as the number of tasks, bugs, and impediments within that user story, along with the options to edit, delete, and save the user story. Here you will have the option to change the status of the user story by selecting Ready or Done. Next, tap on the Task button to assign a task to your team member, and then tap the plus button to add a task. Type in the task title as Task 1 and a short description describing the task in the description box. Allot the estimated hours and assign it to one of your team members by selecting his or her name from the drop-down list. Now tap the Save button. Tap OK on the Created Successfully message. Similarly, you can create bugs and impediments. To create a bug, type in the bug title as Bug 1 and a short description describing the bug in the description box. Allot the estimated hours and assign it to one of your team members by selecting his or her name from the drop-down list. Now tap the Save button. To create an impediment, type the impediment as Impediment 1 and a short description describing the impediment in the description box. Allot the estimated hours and assign it to one of your team members by selecting his or her name from the drop-down list. Next, tap the Save button. If you wish to edit any of the user stories, then tap on the user story from the list. Make your changes and tap on the Save button. If you wish to copy a user story, tap to open the user story and then tap the Copy button. Make your changes and tap the Save button to copy a user story. If you wish to delete any of the user stories, tap on the Delete button and an alert box will pop up. Tap on the Yes button. ScrumTotal allows importing user stories by selecting a file from Dropbox. To do this, tap on the Import button to import the list of user stories in the CSV format. Read through the instructions and tap Next. For demo purposes, the CSV formatted file has already been created. Tap to choose the CSV file. After the user story gets added successfully, tap the OK button. If a team is created within a project, then you can move the user stories from the Team Product Backlog section either to User Stories Without Home or to Sprint. To move a user story, first press and hold any user story and then select the user stories you want to move. Tap the Move To button and select the destination, either User Stories Without Home or Sprint. If a team is not created within a project, then you cannot move the user stories anywhere until a team is created. The next sample will demonstrate how you can easily create a sprint. Sprint is a term used in the Scrum framework to describe the basic unit of development time. In most cases, it will be from 1 week to 1 month in length. A project release is usually made up of many sprints. Note: a sprint can only be started by a Scrum Master, product owner, or one who has the admin rights. A developer does not have the right to start a sprint. To add user stories to the sprint, press and hold the user story, select it, and tap the Move To button. Then tap Sprint to move it into the sprint backlog. To start a sprint, tap on the Start Sprint button. When you tap the Start Sprint button, the sprint pop-up opens up. Here you can give a title to your sprint and choose the start date and end date, and then tap on the Start button. You will notice that your sprint gets started immediately. In the first section of the sprint, you will notice the sprint name, sprint duration, days remaining to complete the sprint, and the total number of story points added in the sprint and the Stop Sprint button to stop the sprint. To view the burndown chart and the velocity chart for the sprints, tap the sidebar and then tap Charts. The burndown chart shows the track record of the sprint duration. The beginning of the sprint is on the left, and the end of the sprint is on the right. The velocity chart shows the number of story points closed against the number of story points committed. To log hours for any task, bug, or impediment, open the task, bug, or impediment from the user story and tap on the Log Hours button. Tap the task, bug, or impediment name and then enter the respective hours. Tap Save and then tap OK on the Timesheet Updated message button. Note that you can only log hours if the sprint is in a started state. Another way to log hours is by tapping on the Log Hours from the sliding bar and filling the hours for all the assigned tasks, including bugs and impediments. After filling the log hours, the burndown chart will be changed according to log hours. To mark a user story as complete, open the associated task, bug, or impediment and then make sure that all the related task, bugs, and impediments are marked as completed. If any of the items are not closed, then your action will be canceled. Once you have marked as complete all the tasks, bugs, or impediments, then tap on Mark as Complete on the user story. The moment you mark the user story as complete, it gets struck off from the list of user stories in the sprint. After marked as complete, the user story velocity chart will be changed. When you stop any sprint, all the marked as completed user stories move to the Completed tab. From the Completed tab, you can easily move the user stories to the Team Product Backlog or to Sprint using the Move To button. To reopen any of the user stories, tap the Completed tab and then tap the user story that you want to reopen. Tap the Reopen button. The user story goes to the Sprint Backlog tab. ScrumTotal provides a one-stop place to view all the closed stories, number of bugs, impediments, and the total number of logged hours in a particular user story. ScrumTotal allows users and admins to change passwords. To do so, tap on the user icon and then select User Profile. Type in the current password, new password, and retype the new password. Tap the Save button. With this, we come to an end of our demo. However, for any queries, users can call, email, or send us a message from the Contact Us link present in the drop-down menu of the user icon. ScrumTotal, the best way to manage your multiple teams and multiple projects. Now you can perform Scrum on your mobile devices, tablets, Android and iPhone to make smarter decisions. Then what are you waiting for? Sign up and get started with ScrumTotal today. Just a few minutes.